Hi everyone, it's Claire from freedom.com and welcome to another video. So in this course of videos, we're going to help you explore what a life of freedom means to you by sharing with you what a life of freedom means to me and Joe. So in this video tonight, I'm going to be talking to you about connecting with nature. And in me and Joe's life, this is quite an important one for us. And, you know, growing up, I grew up in the city and I didn't really have much of a connection to nature. And where we now live, we live down in Donegal and we live down by the beach. And we live in a little, it's quite a small little wooden house. And it's beside the beach and the water, and it's beside like a nice little forest. And it's just really important to us to live in that energy of nature, and we can just get out each day and go down a walk to the beach or climb up a mountain, and this summer we can go for a swim in the sea, and it's just so important to our well-being to live with that relationship with nature. And we also, we have quite a nice garden outside, and we want to, next spring we want to start our own little vegetable garden, and we're quite excited about that. So on this video, I'm just going to discuss this with you. So if just to stop for a few moments and just think how amazing and magical our beautiful planet is. And just think of the beauty of Mother Nature. Think of all the seas and the oceans and the beaches and rainforests and mountains, and just how truly magnificent our planet is. And think of all the species of plants and animals and how many species are alive on this planet right now. And even to think back of the dinosaurs and how they once existed on this planet, and it's just truly extraordinary. And to even think that our Earth orbits around a sun and the seasons and all the different beautiful colours that the seasons produce, and it's just truly, it really is truly magical. And so often, in our modern day society, we become disconnected from that magic, and we live in big cities, and we live in concrete homes that aren't really sort of in tune with the natural environment, and we don't have much sunlight in our homes, and we live really differently to how people would have, the majority of civilizations have lived on this planet. And for them, for the majority of civilizations, they would have lived in a state of union with the natural environment, and they would have built their own homes from natural materials. And even thinking of here in Ireland, we only have to really go up the road and we see little sort of old thatched houses that were built only really 100 years ago. And people back then were using, they were getting together with their families, and they were using materials like stone and straw, to build their own little natural homes that were really just sort of basic and maybe made up of 2 rooms, but it was enough for them and their families. And fast forward that now, and we're building really big homes, and with just too much space that we don't really need. So yeah, people back then, it was just completely different. They lived in union with the environment, and they used the materials from the environment. They used the wood from the trees to build their homes. They used it for their firewood. They used it for to make up things they needed for their house. And they would have been just pretty standard and common that people would have grew their own food, and they would have worked with nature and worked with the soil, and they would have knew and they would have had those skills to grow their own vegetables and sustain themselves. And even their clothes, they would have grew and did different things and produced their own clothes. So, it's pretty radically different to how we live now. And say for example, like your kitchen table, take for example, you know, back years ago, people, that would have been the kind of thing that people would have actually made with their hands, with wood, and it would have been a process of manual labour to actually produce the things they needed. But now, if we need to go and get a kitchen table, we'll go to like a national store and we'll buy that product. And that's, as we do that, and as we sort of, instead of actually being having a relationship with the natural world to get what we need, we sort of lose that connection with the planet. And we sort of, by doing that, we sort of lose touch with what it really means to be alive on this planet. And for us in our journey, we want to be able to have come into that state of union with the planet again. And we know that it's not completely possible to sort of live in this way, and we do live in modern day society, but we want to just sort of get in touch with that essence of being in union with nature. And we have to remember that we really quite literally are made up of nature. Our bodies are made up of the elements, the earth, the air, the fire, the water, and 70% of our bodies are made up of water. And the food that we eat, is a perfect blend. Like the vegetables that we grow, like the nutrients in those vegetables are a perfect blend of what our body needs. And like another example, the oxygen that we breathe in is produced by the trees, perfectly suited for our body. And as we exhale the carbon dioxide, the trees bring that in, so we have a direct relationship with the planet. And it's pretty important to our health and well-being that we come into union and we have a relationship with the planet. And the food that we eat, we so often now we eat food that is growing in far off locations, and chemicals are added to the food, and we so often, that causes ill health in our being because we're eating foods that are disconnected from how they should be. And to experience vibrant health and well-being, you want to sort of get as close to that, the natural state of food as possible. And we feel that you can do that, by supporting local farmers. But we feel a brilliant way to doing this is by starting your own vegetable garden. And we're really, really passionate about this. And we would love to just inspire other people to start their own vegetable garden, because it really is a joyous thing to do. And not only, you're connecting with the natural world, but you have the added benefit that you're providing healthy food for you and your family. You're getting outdoors, you're exercising, you're breathing in the lovely, fresh, clean air. And it just really is a joyous way to spend your time. And so often people, spend their evenings and might just sort of sit back and watch TV because they're a bit bored. But, rather than doing that, get outdoors with your family and people you love, and get out and really touch the earth and watch things growing from a seed and growing into a beautiful plant and growing in the beautiful fruits that are produced. And it really is just such a joyous thing to do. And another thing would be, for your health and to connect with nature, would just be getting outside, going a walk, going a jog, and just breathing in that beautiful, fresh, clean oxygen. And we're just so lucky here where we live. And just today, I've been working all week, and today I was just able to get up and just go a walk outside, and it was just so lovely connecting in with that energy. And right here now it's autumn, so the leaves are falling off the trees and they're changing like an orangey yellowy colour, but it's just so beautiful seeing the change of the seasons and all the beautiful colours that brings. And I really just had a lovely time today connecting with nature, and I want this to be, I want to be able to be in connection with nature in my daily life, but because I'm working in a job that I have to travel away for half an hour, and Joe was also working away, working in a job in the city, and we don't want this to be the way that we live. So we are currently on a journey of earning an income online so that we can live a life of passion and live in connection and union with nature. And if you also feel that this is something that you would like to do in your life, come join us in creating your life of freedom, and we will show you an online business opportunity that will allow you to work part-time. It will give you the freedom to leave your job so that you can have the time and money to start living a life that you really love to live. So that's me for today, and I hope you click on the link below the video, and I'll see you on the next video. Okay, bye for now.